Welcome to another exciting edition of Smell the Coffee. It's a brand new week, a brand new Monday, brand new month, and we are so excited. We are almost in December and things couldn't get any better. The question is, have you accomplished the things that you wanted to accomplish? Because you now have, what, 5 months left?
Yeah, just 5 months. But anyway, you're joined by Diana Master and Aina Raisa on this beautiful Monday morning. You went straight into calling us out.
I didn't mean to start so roughly.
So abrupt. It's giving all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It's giving all of a sudden. Smell the coffee has started. But anyway, yeah, you know, it's funny. I'm having a sense of deja vu right now.
Why?
Did we have this conversation on Saturday? Did you and I have this conversation on Saturday?
No.
Because I remember vividly talking about this, saying it's already June. I mean, it's already July, and like half the year is already done. So now you need to sit and ask yourself, what have I done? And the thing is, no. This is tripping me up.
It's not me. So
I
maybe
had this conversation.
It's someone else.
No, I couldn't have, because it was just you and like, it's creepy. It's giving deja vu.
No, you didn't only see me on Saturday. You saw Jenny, then you went for another meeting. So maybe it was them too.
I guarantee you it wasn't. Either I had a very vivid dream.
Probably.
Yeah, it was probably like a very vivid dream.
Yeah.
But you see, this is why I like the concept of deja vu. The concept of deja vu is so interesting and fascinating, because there's this idea that there's many versions of us in the many different galaxies and planets out there. There's many different versions of us. And then sometimes also yourself, you travel to the future if you have like this sense of being, like this heightened sense of being and spirituality, that you travel to the future, and then your gut feeling basically brings things back. So this could be a conversation I had in another dimension with another Aina. You know, that's the concept of deja vu. So it's actually really fascinating. And also I like the fact that we're both wearing purple.
My dear, let's talk about interesting things. You will not believe who won a BET award.
Makadzi.
Makadzi has won Best International Act. And you know, a Makadzi win is justice, to be honest. I'm so happy for her. Like, from someone who started singing in the streets and just, you know, at the mall, you know, all alone, trying to make her dreams come true. Shout out to her, man. Shout out to her.
I like that you spoke about that, because honestly speaking, we always say dreams can only get you so far. The hard work gets you there.
Yeah.
You need to work hard. You can't just have a calling and be like, you know what, God said it's going to happen, so it's going to happen. You still need to put in the work.
Yeah.
So hey, congratulations to her. It's a well-deserved win. We have been singing. She's a big name. She's a big artist.
Like,
so it was only a matter of time.
She trends on TikTok
It's
all
only
the time.
It was only a matter of time before she actually, you know, got the recognition that she deserved internationally.
Oh, love, man. Shout out to Makadzi. Well done, girl. Well done. You know, I'm a huge fan of Makadzi.
I know. Well done. But anyway, we will be taking a quick ad break. We do have some interesting, bizarre stories for you today, but it wouldn't be Smell the Coffee if we don't bring you that right after this.
Voting now open. The Best of 061 Express Followers' Choice Awards. By voting, you stand a chance to win your share of 50,000 Namibian dollars in cash. From the 4th to the 23rd of June 2024. Do you know the best of the best in Windhoek? It's time to recognize them. Living in Windhoek, DIY home improvement. Glam it up, eating out, food, drinks, and be merry. Services, automotive, shopping, babies and kids, and travel and leisure. To vote, save the number 085 785 6231 and WhatsApp hashtag 061 Express or scan the QR code.
All right, now let's get into our top story. Starting us off, a Spanish church, you would never believe this, is selling land in heaven for $100 per square meter. The biggest real estate deal on the planet. A Christian church of Spanish-Portuguese lineage has started selling plots of land in heaven. The pastor of Intims claims he spoke to God in 2017 during a meeting, as per TikTok influencers who posted the news online. The land is being sold at a rate of $100 per square meter, and even a portion of it could guarantee living next to the creator of the universe. A brochure with the details of the deal is in circulation on the internet. It shows a grand house built in the cloud with golden rays coming from behind. The picture is juxtaposed with a family of 4 and all sorts of digital payment options, including Visa, Master, Maestro, RuPay, and even digital wallets such as Google Pay and Apple Pay. Real estate influencer Armando Pantoja would describe the news as the biggest real estate deal, remarked that the church had already millions of dollars. This is not the first time that a church has come up with such a deal. A pastor from Uganda, Fred Isanga, the head of David of the Universal Apostle Fellowship Church of Righteousness, located in South Africa, rose to fame, claiming the same in 2023. As part of the promise, Pastor Isanga successfully sold property in heaven by convincing his followers to sell off their land, animals, and other assets on earth.
Wait, what? So the land is really in heaven? Which heaven? Which heaven?
The heaven that you know.
The heaven that I know.
The heaven that you know. I have so many questions because, first of all, what guarantee is there?
Yeah, that this is the heaven.
That this is, and how, guys,
Nah,
some of
fam.
these things, hey, you need to make them make sense. Like,
Yeah.
before you part with your money, I work hard for my money, so I have a hard time parting with my money. Like, you need to justify properly, because you can't just tell me, no, it's $100 per square meter. Okay, but like, how do we get to heaven then? Because now if I die, there's no guarantee that I will go there. Imagine you get to heaven and St. Paul is like, okay, you may come this way. I know your house is here that you bought.
Like, I think we live in gullible times. Most people are gullible because I think most people are looking for salvation and they want it by all means.
Yeah.
And they will believe everything. Like, and you know, some people, people speak to you so calmly, so soothing.
People learn the art of, mind control.
I think so.
Where they can manipulate you and they can, tell you like,
deceive.
They can deceive you.
Yes.
And they are so good at convincing you. You're like, you know what? This makes a lot of sense. Like, they'll even be like, do you want to get to heaven and there's no place for you? Never. So buy your land today. Now.
Oh, wow. But nonetheless, moving over to our next story, North Korea has executed a 22-year-old in public for listening to K-pop music and watching South Korean films. A new human rights business report claims the third-generation authoritarian Kim Jong-un's attempt to isolate people and guard his propaganda has been highlighted in a report by South Korea's Unification Ministry. Page after page, it paints a picture of a brutal censorship and crackdown in the neighboring nation based on testimonies obtained from more than 600 North Korean defectors. The man from the South Hwage province was publicly executed in 2022 for listening to 70 South Korean songs, watching 3 films, and distributing them. His punishment was purportedly based on a law adopted in 2022, which calls on eradicating the reactionary ideology and culture. The report of the killing was based on the testimony of an unnamed defector who allegedly had a person who appeared to be a judge reveal the charges at the execution site. North Korean authorities are stepping up ideological controls and are especially nervous about people being exposed to and influenced by South Korean dramas and other outside cultures. Practices deemed reactionary include brides wearing white dresses and grooms carrying brides at weddings, wearing sunglasses, and drinking wine from a wine glass would also trigger a crackdown.
Yeah, this is just how it is in North Korea, man. This is absolutely normal. Not to the rest of us, but to them it's like, oh, okay, yeah, you did that, that's your punishment. I told you that in North Korea there's actually a list of approved hairstyles that you can get.
Yeah.
You can't just decide. I can't just wake up and decide, you know what? I want green hair. No,
Yeah.
no. And I want my hair up in a ponytail to have. You remember when we used to go to the salon and there were those posters with all those other different hairstyles, and yeah, that's basically how it is like in North Korea. So they have like approved hairstyles for men and approved hairstyles for women. Those are the only ones that you can choose. You can't decide to go different. And then also like this whole thing of smuggling in South Korean content, even like South Korean beauty products, that's a big no-no. Again, if you get caught, the punishment is execution in public. Last year, I think we reported on the teens that got lashed in public as well. Yeah. So North Korea
So they
is a
do it
very-
in public just to humiliate you also?
No, to send out a message. To send out a message, because
That
again, now
if
that
you
you're
do
seeing
this,
it, yes,
yeah.
if you do this, this is what's going to happen to you. Because most of the time, if you hear about it, it's like, oh, yeah, right, they'll never do that to me. There's actually an interesting story, you should go watch it. There's a documentary on an American student, Otto Warmbier. He traveled to North Korea, and then he was actually arrested for being a spy because he allegedly took down a poster of, I don't know if it was Kim Jong-un or Kim Jong-il, I don't remember. And then they basically detained him. And then there was like a lot of negotiation between Trump and Kim Jong-un and all of that. And then eventually when they released him, he was in a vegetative state.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So North Korea is not for the weak. If you are gonna go, my suggestion is don't.
Yeah.
Because so much is breathed the wrong way and things can turn real sour for you. Because you could be, accused of either being a spy or trying to overthrow the government and all of that. It's very strict down there.
So don't go.
Go to the south.
But
South is where the fun
nonetheless-
is. That's where BTS is. You can
Yeah.
don't go to north thinking that BTS is there. There's no BTS there. They're in the south. But anyway, that does bring us to the end of our top stories. We'll be right back with our interview segment, and thereafter we get into some intimate insights. Stick around.
Neo Paints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neo Paints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neo Paints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Smell the Coffee. Today we are in discussion with the representatives from the National Art Gallery, talking to us about the current exhibition that is currently live, featuring some work by students, or graduates rather, from the College of the Arts. I'm joined by the Chief Curator, Mendenda Chivutena Kapunda, as well as the curation's intern, Muningandu Hoveka, and we're here to talk about just that and more. Good morning, how are you doing?
Good morning. We're good. How are you?
I'm cold, but I'm good. Let's jump straight into it. We have about 20 graduates that are currently exhibiting at the National Art Gallery in this exhibition that is titled New Beginnings. How old is this project, and why is it so vital that collaborations between the National Art Gallery and the College of the Arts exist?
So, the New Beginnings project started in 2008, and it was spearheaded by graduates from the college and lecturers who came together and decided that, look, the college has done this amazing job at training them. They've given them the skills. Now they need a platform to showcase what it is that they can do outside of the classroom space. And so College of the New Beginnings was created as an opportunity for the graduates to showcase their work without input from lecturers, to showcase what it is that they can do as artists, as professionals. And as the gallery, we came on board because we've got a great venue. It's a national institution. What better place to host it at? And it gives the graduates or alumni an opportunity to kind of feel what it's like to exhibit in a professional exhibition space. And it gives them an opportunity to kind of know what to strive for the future. I mean, they know what the spaces look like. They can start imagining perhaps their own solo shows or group shows for the future. But yeah.
I understand some of the exhibitors, the graduates or alumni, are exhibiting not for the first time, but they've exhibited before. What do you think is going to be different this time around with the different art pieces that are going to be shown?
So I think what's different is that, I mean, with artists, they're basically like a mirror to society. So every year they're creating new works. Every year they're talking about new themes. They're experimenting further. They're pushing their medium a little bit further. We've got artists like Frans Nambinga, who normally does acrylic paintings of like landscapes and people and environment. But this year he's completely changed and done like abstract painting that are non-figurative, and they're amazing. And people love those works. So I think thematically, you will never expect the same thing from artists. They're constantly going to push either the medium or push it what it is that they're going to be talking about within their work.
All right. So these art pieces that are currently on exhibition, how did you streamline which ones are actually going to be shown at the National Art Gallery? Because I'm pretty sure there are more than those that we're going to see when we visit.
Yes.
I can chip in here. So what happens is that the alumni submit works to the College of the Arts. After they see the call out, they can submit their works. And of course, the COTA graduates also have their final pieces. And then the lecturers at the College of the Arts choose the works that they'd like to be featured in the exhibition. And then once the National Art Gallery acquires these works, we also do internal selection on which works we want to display. And then we come up with a concept or a theme to speak about, like the overarching theme about the exhibition, and that informs our curatorial text. And yeah, then we display them in a way that informs the public and educates and inspires the public. Yeah.
Speaking of theme, what's the theme for this particular exhibition? And looking at some of the artworks, how do you think the artists connected with the theme?
When you look at the works, there's a lot of reference to Namibian heritage, African heritage, and also people speaking about their own personal perspectives, their own experiences. There's a lot of Afrofuturism also going on there, and vibrant colors, different mediums. We have painting, photography, printmaking, textiles. So yes, I would say that the overarching theme is identity, Africanism, the diverse expressions of Africanism.
All right, and from the side of the National Art Gallery, I mean, this obviously probably means a lot to these graduates, seeing that they have a safe space where they can exhibit their art. Why do you think it's important to have such spaces, and why is it important for the Art Gallery to hold the hands of these graduates during this time?
So I think for the gallery, a show like this is really pivotal for us to, as part of our mandate, to develop and celebrate Namibian art. So getting in new artists coming into the sector and giving them that platform where they can showcase, they can sell their work, a place where Namibian collectors get to buy artwork from artists whose careers are at the beginning. And as they grow, the value of that work is definitely going to grow. So it's an opportunity for collectors to invest. But I think more than anything, it's a chance to just, after they've graduated, instead of them kind of roaming around feeling hopeless, they've got this target to work towards. There's a New Beginnings exhibition that's going to be happening at the gallery annually. We know that we've got to create a body of work to showcase there, to tell people that we're still around. And the great thing about New Beginnings is a way, I mean, if you're an artist that wants to experiment, for example, the alumni, experiment with a technique and see how people respond to it, New Beginnings is the perfect place for that, to see if this is something that you want to go into and make a full body of work about, or if it's not really and you want to kind of go in a different direction. Yeah.
All right, lastly, from a personal message from you to these artists, what do you hope for them after this exhibition is done?
For me, I would say keep pushing. There is definitely a platform, a space for you, and experimentation is important and all the best.
Yeah, and I would say that, look, the world is hungry for African art right now. It is our time to shine, so let's take up the space. Let Namibia take up its space within the greater African narrative, and the greater space of African art, and you know, let's take up that space and let's shine. Yeah.
The exhibition is on until the 20th
Of
of July. So if you're not doing anything, drop by the National Art Gallery, check out some of these art pieces. As you heard, you might purchase one for yourself and it will increase in value. So that will definitely be a valuable addition to your interior decor. If you are a collector of art pieces, definitely do and get yourself something. But don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Smell the Coffee.
Welcome back to Smell the Coffee. It's time for our intimate
Insights. Yes. All right. So a lot of you have been sending us messages, of course, with some of the issues that you're facing. Unfortunately, because we're running out of time, we only have time to give advice to one person, because if we start, we won't stop. So this says, hello, I'm seeking some advice on a delicate issue. A few months ago, I discovered that my partner had an affair. We've decided to work through it and stay together, but I'm finding it incredibly hard to trust them again. Every time they're late or not answering their phone, my mind goes to the worst possible scenarios. I love my partner and want to move past this, but the trust issues are overwhelming. How can I rebuild trust and ensure our relationship survives this?
There is no rebuilding trust. Once trust is lost, it's out the window. It does not return. It will take you another 200 years just to trust that person again, because now, like you are saying, the moment they are not answering, your mind is automatically going to think of the worst. And sometimes it's not the case. It's just that now this person has programmed you to not trust them, and you won't trust them. So I don't think it's good that you are in a relationship with someone you don't trust. Love is not enough.
Love is not enough. And you know, like you're saying, I have this, but basically I always say trust is like a paper. Once you crumble a paper, it will never be straight again.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very difficult for you. And honestly speaking, I'm not saying that your partner will do it again, but studies have proven that people that cheat are likely to do it again. You understand what I'm saying? So it could literally be something that's out of their control. But again, how do you trust this person? You don't. So it's best that for your peace of mind and for theirs, that you guys just call it quits. Because again, even in an argument, you are likely going to bring it up to say, yeah, but you cheated on me that other time. Cheating is something that's very difficult to forgive and forget. If you forgive, yes, you forgive, but you cannot forget.
Yeah.
Or if you forget, you cannot forgive. It's one of those things where you can't have one without the other. So my advice is, yes, as much as you love your partner, I would say call it quits, because really and truly, what good is a relationship if you don't trust your partner?
Yeah, like I don't think it's worth it. Don't go to such lengths. It's fine. You would find someone who you can trust again. You would find someone you can love again.
Yes.
And like, you don't need to just be I think a lot of us think that we can't find any love anymore.
Yeah, anymore.
And it's wrong.
It's wrong. And also, just to wrap it up before we go, you need to heal from this, because even if you get into a new relationship now, you're still going to have those thoughts of, okay, if your person is not answering their phone, that they're probably out cheating on you. So you're going to need to take some time, heal from this, so that when you get into your next relationship, this thing doesn't hang over your head.
Yeah, and on that note, that's all we can say. It's all our love, all our light. Happy Monday, happy new month.